Well, I've never fished this place before. I drive past it almost every day. This is the Mills Slough, and it's one of these channelized creeks, and it feeds into West Lake Toho. There's a lot of vegetation here. The only reason I'm stopping here today is because I had a buddy of mine say that he's done very well here. So let's find out if there's anything worth catching in here. So like I said, this is the Mills Slough. It connects to West Lake Toho, and there's something hit the surface there. I've never fished this before. I had a friend say that it was he did very well here. There's always a lot of vegetation, so there's got to be some type of fish in here. I just don't know if the bass are in here are big, or if there's any bass in here at all. Oh, I just missed one. I missed one. Damn hook. Rolled the lure over. Hook set into itself. Or the hook set into the body of the worm. So they're in here. So let me tell you about how I'm fishing this. So there's definitely a current here. This flows down towards the lake, which is that way. This bend right here, the current is pushing out to the edge that side, so there's a lot of slack water here, which is a perfect place for a lot of fish to sit and just kind of ambush stuff that just get caught up in the current or is getting swept away by the current. Oh my gosh, we got a big one on. Get him out of the grass. Stay pinned. Stay pinned, baby. I knew there's gonna be one in this hole here somewhere. Oh, shoot. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Towards the corner of the mouth. Boom. Mills Slough bass right there. Big, healthy. See how thick they are. It's a good bass. Right there, sitting in that mat. So let's find a place to kind of toss her in. Get over the weeds. There we go. Sitting right there. Alright, so let me give you the rundown on what I just did and why I did it. So we have all this matted stuff, right? We have this channel of water. You can clearly see that the water's moving here, and it kind of stagnates right there, which is a perfect place for a fish to sit. And I was kind of leery. I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to catch anything today. But that fish came out, absolutely exploded on this Senko, and it was a good, probably 3-pound fish. That's it. My time's up. I didn't have very long to fish today. But I did catch one good one and made it totally worth it. Missed another one up at that end. It's starting to get hot. There's plenty of gar in here. There's obviously some nice sized bass. It'd be more interesting to fish this when there's not as much plant life sitting on the top of the water. I was kind of hoping I'd get top water going on this morning because there's so many weeds, but I had one little plop behind the frog and then nothing after that, so we're going to give it a rest. If you want to fish the Mills Slough, it is down here in Kissimmee. It actually goes under 192 and it actually flows into West Lake Tahoe, like I've mentioned before. Obviously some nice sized fish here. It starts to get wide right here around 192. There's plenty of bank to walk up and down it. I come here on the weekends just because of where I parked. Nobody's working here on the weekends. I don't want to take anybody's spot. I'll catch you next time. It's hot in Florida. You want to find moving water. And there's this canal that runs down into West Lake Tahoe that just happens to have a little bit of a waterfall and some moving water. Now, I've not really noticed this canal before. Well, I guess I knew it was here, but I didn't really notice the running water. So what we're going to do now is see if there's anything in here. There's something just spooked right there. Just rained. And unfortunately, this water's probably going to get a lot higher with Hurricane Irma coming in. So hopefully that does not hit us directly. Doesn't look too deep. But let's see if there's anything up here feeding. Holy crap, he nailed that. My gosh, I almost pulled the rod right out of my hand. Get up here. Woo! Oh, he's off, he's off, he's off. Okay, come back. Okay. There we go. Ooh, pretty healthy fish. Man, he absolutely was sore there. Absolutely obliterated this. Almost pulled it right out of my hand. And back in there. Nice drop. Alright, so they're definitely in here. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Berkeley Vanish. I think it's the best line that I've ever fished. It is clear. It is almost invisible underwater. It's very, very strong. It's fluorocarbon. But my God, when it gets tangled up, it gets tangled up. And like I cleared one knot, looked down at my feet, and there's another knot. Like somehow the line just retangled itself. If you fish this line, you're going to spend a lot of time straightening it out. And it only happens with really light baits. Typically heavy baits are no problem. Just real light baits, the line just flies off the spool, I think a little too fast. But, you know. Complain about this, complain about that. It's really good line. Heads up, I would never recommend anybody eat any of the fish that they catch, especially here in Florida and these canals like this. This is pretty polluted water. Fishing's great, just it's a big gar. I don't think I would eat anything out of here. Another big gar there. Oh, big bass. I'll watch him come up and slam that. Oh, nope, it was a gar. It was a gar. Wow. Kind of exciting. That's a big old turtle right there. Oh, I missed another gar. Grab this. That's awesome. So it's easier to fish live bait for gar than it is with artificial. But a lot of times they'll just smack artificial bait, especially crankbaits. If you remember that video of me fishing in the Little Econ River, caught that 3-footer on a Senko that just happened when I set the hook. It wrapped around his nose and didn't come off. Got real lucky with that one. But these last two that I've missed with these treble hooks, they're grabbing it, but they're gonna let go of it as soon as they figure out what it is. They're doing it out of it. I'm just getting a reaction bite from them. That's it. I'm done. The duck over there fell asleep. It's time to go home. Too dark. It's going to get too dark to film here in a second, but the key today was just moving water. Anytime it's hot, moving water is key to finding fish because they will feed there. They don't have to work real hard to find food. So hopefully the hurricane misses us, but hopefully we'll get some rain. If that's the case and these levels come up a little bit, any of the canals in Florida, especially ones that have waterfalls like this, are excellent fishing, or any of the ones that have locks on them. So that's it, I'm out. We caught one this morning, one there. So not a super fantastic day, but considering how hot it was, it works out okay. So I'm happy with that. 2 exciting fights, and missed a couple gar down there. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Like, share, subscribe. Have a good one.